Hey guys, it's Barrett with the Gimpy Camper. I'm just coming at you today going to talk about a yearly backpacking trip that me and a group of guys go on. The weather's been kind of bad in Tennessee here. You know, it's been raining all the time. I was going to stick with it. Everybody else bailed on me, but y'all know I like to go solo camping anyway, so it didn't really matter. But I got up there and it was like devastation. I thought a lot of the rain, had softened the ground enough where the trees had fell over and stuff, but, we were up here at this site 1 year ago and it's completely different. The rangers actually came in and said there was a tornado in the area. Funny enough, one of the lessons that I learned this time was to pay attention to your reservation, especially if you don't make it yourself. Like I say, we go to the same site every year. So I just assumed that it was on there and didn't even look at the reservation. I printed out a copy of it that was sent to me. And apparently they had contacted him in the past couple of months and said, this site's not available anymore because it's closed and we're going to move you over to a different site. I didn't see that. There weren't any closed signs on the campsite. It was just all messed up. And after about 45 minutes, I finally found a place to put my tent and stuff that I felt was safe. There were trees leaning all over the place back there. On my way out, I stopped at the ranger station and talked to them again, and they said that there were a group of 4 trees that they thought would hit me if they fell. So, kind of backing up a little bit. I get there the first night. It's kind of misty. Weather's pretty good, actually. It's just more about all these trees being in the way. Finally find a place to put my tent out. I brought an extra tarp to put over my little fire pit. In the words of Kevin Chin, I thought this will work great once, and it's actually working pretty good. I was getting my steak done. It's about an hour after dark and the rangers come up. I don't know if you've ever been there, but Savage Falls, with the whole South Cumberland State Park, you always feel like you're out in the middle of nowhere. But the rangers there, they pop up about every day to check on you in the campsites. And so I see Ranger walking up, and he said, I said, I didn't expect to see anybody out here tonight because I hadn't seen anybody the whole day so far. And I did, stop at the ranger station, tell them where I was going. There were like 10 rangers in there. They said they were having a meeting. Said they would have usually called it, but I guess they were distracted by their meeting, and I seemed pretty sure where I was going. So I didn't expect to see anybody here tonight. And they said, well, it'd help if you were on a campsite. And I said, I thought this was the group campsite. I did, pretty much run around and find the best place that I thought was within that area to camp in, but I couldn't find a fire ring or anything because everything was like totally devastated up there. But they said that they hated to make me, but they said that I needed to pack all my stuff up and move to one of the other campsites. So I did that. They just waited on me for a while because I had a lot of stuff I had to pack up. But I moved over to the other campsite, and wasn't a horrible deal. I felt kind of bad because I wasn't trying to break the rules, but sometimes we do. But I really didn't think that I was, except for the whole no fire ring thing, because I couldn't find the fire ring. So I just dug out around the fire, and of course everything's saturated with water anyway. About the time I got the fire good and going, I actually took another fire log like I did last time, get the fire good and going, and start cooking my steak. That's when they popped up on me. So I didn't worry about a fire. And then I actually made a fire. I got the stuff around this morning for a fire. My wife's been sick before I left, and she had some kind of stomach bug, and I was feeling kind of queasy this morning. I was afraid it was going to hit me, and I didn't want that to happen out there. And so I was getting ready to leave, and I was kind of bummer that I wasn't going to use my stuff that I got around for the fire for that night. A gentleman and his little boy, probably about 5 years old, popped up Said they were doing some day hiking, and he was trying to teach them about camping and surviving and fire starting and all that. And the little kid, he actually knew that my Mora knife was a Mora knife. I was pretty impressed. He had one too. So I let them, have some of the wood that I cut up and stuff, and they said they were just going to hang out and eat some lunch and work on some fire starting skills. And I thought that was very admirable. So they said they was going to check the channel out, so good job teaching the kid. Anyway, so our next point is, if everything's going bad on your camping trip, then you just got to know when to call it. So I felt like I was getting sick. My chair broke this morning. I got a Mayfly A-Light chair, and the front leg on it broke. That really aggravated me. I've got to contact them, see if there's anything I can do about that. So I had to move campsites the night before, and there was a 100% chance of rain for tomorrow. So I did, guys. I bailed out a little bit early, but here's some footage of what I got. I didn't take a lot of video because, like I say, this morning I just didn't feel too good. I felt better about the time I got everything packed up, and then I stopped by the falls and took a couple of pictures. I didn't go down at the bottom of the falls though, because I was being a little bit lazy. But here's what we got. I do recommend, the park there at Savage Gulf State Park, and the counterpart on the other side, which is Stone Door, which is where I went backpacking a month ago. I have to say that as far as any trails or anything, South Cumberland Park system, they keep their trails up more than anybody I know. And it's pretty safe considering, like I say, they do check on you all the time. And so, I give them a thumbs up. I think they thought I was mad at them because I had to move sites, but yeah, I was in the wrong, so I couldn't be mad at them. I think they really thought something when I took it. My Blackbird hammock, the suspension on there is getting kind of wonky, and so I got some new hammock straps to try out today that I was actually going to do a review on, but it'll be next time. But I couldn't get the factory straps to loosen up because I'd tightened that thing down so much because it sends a sag. And so I think they really thought I was losing it when I took my knife and cut the suspension off the hammock so that I could take it down faster. But I was like, no, guys, I got a new one I was going to put on in the morning. We'll just put it on tonight. But the only thing that I did notice is apparently my stuff sack that my hammock goes in is missing, and it must be right there where I cut that suspension line. That I'm not so happy about, but I can't really drive back 2 hours and go back into my illegal spot. So, guess that's just the way it is. But stick around, take a gander at some pictures and stuff I took, and go check it out. See you guys.
It's a little announcement for all you people that thought the weather was bad to come out here. It's a little misty. It's fine. That's not the problem. Let me show you what the problem is. Group Campsite 1. Well, there's plenty of firewood. It's all green. But this is our campsite, guys. Yeah! So I knew when I went across the bridge earlier and the stream was covering the path up here, should have probably got some water. But I thought, no, there's water close to the campsite. Now I gotta go through all this to get some water. Or wait for it to rain. Just in case you can't fully appreciate what I had to go through to get some water at the bottom of the hill that's usually a fairly clear passage, let me show you. You can't really see that much on the video, but here you go.